If you're not in the best crypto community on this planet, what are you doing? It is free. We are nearly at 200 members and we talk about ZBCN quite a lot. Join now for quick updates on the Discord. You got no excuse. Also, get your crypto off the exchanges, not your keys, not your crypto. If you haven't got a cold storage, I recommend Tangem. And if you do not have one, you can get 10% off using my code. Let's get onto the video. We have some breaking news. Zebec released this image last night about a big institutional announcement coming on the 23rd. Now, today is the 23rd, and this is what they announced. I just thought I wouldn't make a video about an announcement just to release the news the next day. Zebec have announced in this image that they're partnered with AllUnity, a joint venture firm backed by Deutsche Bank. And if you don't know what Deutsche Bank is, it's one of the biggest banks in Europe and it is based in Germany. So the stablecoin is called EURAU. It's a Mica compliant euro denominated stablecoin. So that stablecoin is going to be integrated into the Zebec card suite. And this stablecoin is backed by the euro. It is fully pegged and has reserved treasuries to the euro. So it's kind of like Circle's USDC that's backed. So Zebec is focusing on the US stablecoin market, but they are not limited because they have relations in Europe and the UK. Zebec have acquired a compliance firm, Gatenox, that helps them with their compliance push. One of them being Mica compliant, and the EURAU is fully Mica compliant. So is this the team hinting that they are Mica compliant? Because on their roadmap, they are aiming to be Mica compliant by the end of September. But what also is happening in September is that they are going to the SIBOS event. So where Deutsche Bank is, the SIBOS event is in Frankfurt, Germany, in 29th of September till 2nd of October. And as you can tell, Deutsche Bank is one of the exhibitors going to that event. The Zebec team have hinted there will be way more partners after the SIBOS event. So I'm pretty sure the Deutsche Bank AllUnity firm is just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, getting Mica compliance gives institutions the green light to work with you. Okay, you are a legit project. Zebec isn't partnered with Deutsche Bank. That would have been great. So what is AllUnity? So AllUnity is a joint venture involving Deutsche Bank asset management arm. DWS, along with Galaxy Digital and tokenizations, launching a euro denominated stablecoin, EURAU. So it basically means Deutsche Bank through DWS provides portfolio management and product structuring expertise, contributing to AllUnity's goal of bridging traditional finance and decentralized finance. It is one of the first regulated Mica compliant stablecoins that's actually pegged to the euro for institutional and private use, aimed at facilitating 24/7 cross-border payments and corporate treasury functions. The Deutsche Bank market cap is worth about 70 billion, so it's quite big in Europe. This is quite coincidental that Zebec have these ties in Europe coming to the SIBOS event, because the European Central Bank is releasing their CBDC, standing for Central Bank Digital Currency, in October. Everything is going digital and there's nothing really you can do to stop the new financial system, stablecoins being one of them. I've been saying this in my previous videos that there's a stablecoin narrative coming, and Zebec is focusing on stablecoin payroll. They were one of the first companies to focus on this area before stablecoins was getting popular. You know, the main one being Tether and USDC, fully backed stablecoins in the US that has reserved treasuries. But take a look at this clip of the European Central Bank coming to a decision to release their digital euro in October. Take a look at this.
Are a little worried about what will happen to them with the digital euro. Can you encourage them? Why is the digital euro good for people like you and me?
A digital currency where it has been piloted, and there is only one which is clearly now launched in a very small country, but it is piloted on a fairly large scale in China, is of use and of service to all citizens. So it is not something that is good for the elite, or is good for the young, or is good for some versus others. If it is well done and if it is well implemented, it would be of service to all citizens.
Like I said, Circle that released USDC and Zebec powered by USDC. USDC is their default stablecoin. It's pegged to the dollar and is fully backed and has US reserved treasuries. But take a look at this clip of the CEO of Circle confirming that are fully backed. Take a look at this.
Stablecoins, by name and definition, have to be stable, they have to be backed, they have to have, if you will, a rationale and raison d'etre, which means they've got to have a link. Now, if the underlying currency becomes dodgy or becomes devalued, if the dollar is weakened, which the president talked about today as being not likely or not wanting to see that, does that weaken the stable coins relying on it?
No, in fact, stable coins as a form of electronic money are actually safer than many forms of electronic money that we use today. They're fully reserved, and they're backed by things like short-term treasury bills. And that creates a very, very safe foundation that people can depend on and use. It creates demand around the world for people who want to hold a safe store of value and an incredibly efficient medium of exchange. We're giving the superpowers of the internet to dollars through this technology. And so I think part of the goal of I think this legislation is actually expanding the competitiveness of the dollar in the age of the internet. And I think that's a major component of how the dollar continues to compete and thrive as we move into a more deeply digital environment.
Jeremy, we'll talk more.
The stablecoin narrative is coming. I've explained this in my latest videos, how Zebec kind of relates to the stablecoin narrative, because Zebec is focusing on stablecoin payroll. For those of you that don't know and that are new to this channel, that's Zebec's main use case. Stablecoin payroll, paying workers in real time. They are essentially building the financial rails. They pay workers in real time by the second in USDC or whatever stablecoin that's backed in real time. Okay, so it is a real use case that is happening. USDC being their default stablecoin because Circle Ventures is one of their early backers since 2021. We have Zebec going to SIBOS, and they have announced that they will have a lot more partners after that event. And Deutsche Bank is one of the exhibitors going to that event. I'm pretty sure there's more banks and financial institutions that want to partner with Zebec and integrate whatever stablecoin that they want, happening at the end of this month. And I'm pretty sure that Zebec are Mica compliant because of that announcement. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they are confident that they will be Mica compliant by the end of this month because they've acquired a compliance firm, Gatenox, to hit their compliance milestones. SOC 2 being one of them, Mica FCA, and the big one, ISO 222, which I've explained in my last video. It is one of the major catalysts, in my opinion, for Zebec network. The compliance just signals the financial institutions and the big banks that you are institutional grade company that's trusted and that they can allocate big money, because without the ISO 222, some companies and banks will not work with you without that certification. So that we have something to look forward to, and I will make a video of this, that we still have the NBA and NHL announcement coming this year. So they are having another expo on the 26th of September with the CEO of Uphold attending, and they are going to talk about what's going on with the NBA and NHL this year. A lot of things happening in September, and I do think the first announcement with AllUnity is just the tip of the iceberg. More institutional grade partnerships are coming, boost the price of ZBCN. So that's all I want to say. Please join the best crypto community on this planet. It is free. We are close to 200 members, and I'll see you guys in the next one.